good evening, everyone. I'm so excited to be able to do this one-day special. I'm a huge fan of IndigoBlu, a massive fan of Kay, and let me introduce you to lovely Kay. Hello, it's been way too long since we worked together.
It has. I don't think we've actually done a show since you had Archie. That's how long it's been. What? And he's 7 months old, so...
Archer was 7 months, yeah, literally yesterday. So we haven't done one since Archer was born.
We haven't.
Wow. Okay, so that shows the time.
So it's lovely to be here anyway.
Do you know, talking about journeys, I mean, I've been at the craft store now for coming up to 5 years, and you're such a big part of that journey, because I remember one of my first shows I did was with you.
That's right,
and seeing the evolution, I've still got, you made me a lovely mixed media piece.
Oh, really?
I've still got it in our kitchen.
You've still got
that. Yeah, I've still got that.
Bless.
But and the only reason I'm saying that, I know that you've got so many fans out there, and it's so nice that you've shown the progression, the evolution of the company. The box kits are incredible. The amount that you get for 1996 is phenomenal.
It is,
phenomenal.
And the amount of work that goes into it from all of the DT is incredible.
So how long would it take to comprise a box kit? How much work?
It gets, it's months and months worth of work, basically, from the conception to designing the stamps and the dies and everything. We talked to the graphic designers and they do the papers for me. I did a couple of papers and then they took those elements and did more. And then we have to get those approved and come back, and then we start with commissioning all of the DT, the design team members, and then they spend weeks on it because, of course, because it's a magazine, they want their very, very best work. So they may do, if they're commissioned to do like 5 projects, they might do 10 or 12. And then once they've chosen the right ones, they then have to write it all out, the ingredients, the step-by-steps, the photos. It's a huge amount of work that they do. And, you know, we are so grateful that they bring their skills to share with everybody. And that's what it's all about. It's all about educating people and hopefully getting you aware of what you can do, because a lot of people may be a little bit tentative. But if you've got a project there and how to do it, then you can have a go yourself.
And that's the key. Look, the way I see this, if I know for the last year or so we haven't been going to workshops, but if I was to say one project, to make one project, you go to a workshop, how much would you pay if we were to then, in that workshop, they would give you, say, the stamps or the papers or the stencils to create that project? How much? What? 1996, I think, is very conservative.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, how much would you say for one workshop?
Well, we charge £170 for 2 days at our Dirty Weekend.
Dirty Weekends are amazing, by the way.
That's right.
And
they are amazing.
Are they coming back? Dirty Weekends?
They are going on. We're
we
are actually selling them on the craft store, so they can buy them through the craft store. Yes. You
will never have a better weekend. Trust me. The Dirty Weekends, no, they are great. They are well made. But just wanted to say, and we are very, very busy. Look, let's just say for a local, forget IndigoBlu, I know Dirty Weekends are phenomenal and they're worth every penny. But if you were to just go to a very ordinary workshop, pay £30, £40 for one workshop to do one piece. There are 71 projects in this fantastic magazine. Look at all the stamps that you are getting. I mean, that is a full A4 stamp set that you're seeing. And talk us through these stamps, because they are incredible.
Absolutely, yeah. If you went to a workshop and you got an A4 sheet of stamps like that, you'd be over the moon if you'd only paid £20. Now, these stamps are absolutely gorgeous. I am thrilled to bits with these. I really, really love them. We've got loads of background stamps. We've got border stamps. We've got loads of single elements. We've got some lovely words. And, of course, I've got that lovely, big, gorgeous poppy. We've got vandals in the studio.
We've got the nosiest doors in there. So you're getting all of the stamps, but here's the thing, those aren't the only stamps that you're getting. Can I just draw your attention to something that I know so many IndigoBlu fans are collecting, and that is our collector's edition stamps. You're getting a set of 3 of those included in, and these are, I mean, very coveted.
They are, and these are on our red rubber. So these are handmade by ourselves in Retford, by Craig, and we have, this is cups, this is gorgeous. So I've done a stencil like this, and it's really popular. I adore it. It looks really simple, but it's incredible how many times you pick it up to use it. So we've got that. We've also got a lovely flower head here. This is Sunshine Flower, and this will actually match another stamp set I've got coming out later on in the year. So you will love using this.
Use such good rubber as well, can I just say?
We do, yeah. It's really A-grade rubber, red rubber, that we use, and we make them deep etched, so you get all those gorgeous details. And thank you so much to Mike, Mike Deakin Art. Check him out online. He does some amazing YouTube videos. He designed this for me, especially for me, and it's so lovely. I love that. An ex Libra. So you would normally, I used to put these in my books when I was younger. So, and I'd write my name, and so you know, if I lent my book to somebody,
this book belongs to.
They know. They know.
That is such a good stamp to have.
It is.
Okay.
It is. So it goes in your journal beautifully.
Journals, books. We're 5 minutes into the show. Over 10% of the stock's gone.
Wow. We had
and you know
a lot.
how much stock you've got.
Oh my goodness. That's incredible.
That is, and
Thank you so much.
Can I say,
thank you.
I'm so pleased, and I'm genuinely pleased for you because you've poured so much into this, and I know how much it means to you and the company and the design team. We're not stopping there though. So we took the collector's edition stamps. You're getting those. You're getting that full A4 stamp set as well. You're going to get the most beautiful papers. You can see here. So you're going to get papers, and you're getting papers within the actual, you'll find them when we flick through the magazine.
Yes,
you'll be able
I'll
to
show
see
you
those. But they are gorgeous, gorgeous papers.
But also you get these as well, these A5 papers. So we asked for some rice papers, but these are not really exactly rice papers, but they feel like a lovely textured handmade paper in A5. And they really are nice. They've got that sort of vintage vibe to them, which I really, really like. So even though they might be called rice paper, I wouldn't describe them as traditional rice paper.
That's fair enough. We've got a stencil in there as well, so you're going to be getting I mean, I can't believe how much is in this one set. Look at the stencil and the textures on there. I love the texture at the bottom. Ooh. So tell me a little bit about this stencil, because that looks so well designed. I love the floral aspect and then the texture underneath.
Well, I can only take credit for the texture underneath, because that's the one that I designed. And then the graphic design team at Practical Publishing, they helped with the others as well. So they took inspiration from my artwork and then has transferred it into this lovely stencil, which I think is gorgeous.
That's nice. So let's just recap. You're getting the magazine with 71 inspirations and so much more in there. You're also going to get the collector's edition stamps. You're getting the full A4 stamp set, 20 stamps in there. You're going to get the stencil, and if that's not enough, the A5 papers that we're describing in there. So it's kind of like, it's got more of a hand paper feel. I know we're describing it as rice papers. But then you've got the dies in the mix as well. And this is the point. Normally, with the dies, I mean, we're getting 3 dies in the set too. All of that, dies, stencils, stamps, papers, more papers, 71 inspirations for $19.99. It is an absolute bargain. Absolute bargain. And I can, seriously, if it's your first time watching the craft store, maybe seeing IndigoBlu, get it in your basket. If you're a fan of IndigoBlu, get it in your basket. And we're approaching 20% of the stock.
What?
Tell you what we'll do, will be really useful. Should we have a quick flick through?
Yes, let's have a look. So this is how you get your box kit, okay? And I actually use the outer of the box as well to make stuff, so I don't actually waste any of that. And then you get this package. So this has got all of your stamps in. It's got your lovely handmade papers in, and it's got your die in and your stencil. So they're all in there. So I can show you, there's your stencil, which is beautiful. This is my stamp set, so it's been well loved already. So you get your lovely stamps as well. You get your die, and you can see that I'm using mine lots. It's a really lovely die because it's not only cuts the outer edge, but it embosses as well. So you can see that it's got some nice embossing on it as well, which is a really nice detail as well. So you get those lovely handmade papers. This is the one that I've designed here, and it's just fantastic. So let's we open with just what's in the.
Was that you on TV? So look, oh, there you go.
Who's that there?
There you go.
That's our Leonie.
That's nice.
Yeah, so we obviously do include our story here because, of course, we've been here since day one, which has been wonderful. And this tells you what's in your kit. So I've got some samples that I've done. So I do a masterclass on luscious, and you know how you love your luscious.
Yes.
So we've got some lovely stuff.
I mean, those two inspirations alone, you've got me. So just to learn how to do two, I think there are 71 inspirations in there. You're getting the stamps, you're getting everything you need. And I do see it, I keep going back to it. For me, it's like a workshop in a box.
It is, absolutely. You're completely right. And I think the value in this is just absolutely superb.
And I kind of get the feel that you learn a lot of techniques too. The instructions are really easy to follow as well.
They are, absolutely. So I'll get one of Lorna's out. She's done some beautiful, beautiful work. I thought I'd got one out. And in front of you, you will see that you've got these beautiful candles that Rachel's done. She's also done this utensils here for the kitchen, and she also has done a beautiful plate as well as I just love that utensils to put all your stuff in. That's brilliant.
Just here, using the papers and creating some pots for you. But do you know, I'd have that on my craft desk and put my brushes in there.
Yes, absolutely. And the heart at the front as well, Rachel's done. So, and there's just loads. Our Carolyn's done some beautiful work as well.
Okay.
I thought I brought one of Carolyn's out. It gives you a bit of a lowdown on some of our products, just to remind you all the things. We've got a lovely big box kit done by our Jill Humphrey.
Oh, wow.
And then we go on to the papers. Now, look at these papers. They're a matte paper, and they're a really nice quality as well.
We can stamp onto those as well.
Yes, absolutely. So you can stamp, you can spray, you can paint, you can do all sorts.
All
and
your
they
designs?
are really lovely designs.
Yeah.
So they've taken the original designs and some of the stamps, and then they've created these lovely papers for us. And they've done a really lovely job, because I just love these. Look how big that is. That's just gorgeous.
It is the size of the printing.
I do. And I like the fact that they've put in, you know, odd little bits as well. So I can easily make a card or a journal page really, really quickly with these.
I mean, Kate, when you break it down, think how much you paid just for the papers alone.
Yes, I know. You'd pay a tenner just for these papers. There's 32 pages, and they're double-sided and they're repeated ones. So, you know, you can stroke one and use one, as it were. And then we go on to the lovely Kerry. Now, I wanted to show you this. So I think Kerry made this one here, and she's done a forever.
Oh, yes.
I love these. I haven't made these for years, but I absolutely love these. And, you know, Kerry said this was such a challenge for her to do these commissions, because she doesn't normally do kinetic cards. But I think she's really excelled herself.
And what beautiful use of everything that we have in the
yes,
kit.
absolutely.
So she's used the stamps on top of the papers.
Absolutely, and she's done a really marvellous job, and I particularly like this one as well, which I wanted to show you, because it really shows off those gorgeous dies.
And the embossed detail you get from them
the
as well.
embossed, and you also get a cut through as well, so if you wanted you could shape them.
They're good sizes now. You've got to think as a flower, that's a really nice size.
It is a perfect size, isn't it, especially for cards. So this actually folds out like this. I just think it's really, really sweet, really nice. So she's done waterfall cards, all sorts there. So lots of nice inspiration for you. And then we've got Vanessa Hodgson, who's one of our designers from Practical. She's done a beautiful cover for a bottle of wine.
I mean,
and you've got that there. It's gorgeous, isn't it?
Imagine gifting some wine and presenting it in a beautiful case like this. How wonderful would that be?
It's lovely, isn't it?
Come on, look at that. I'm getting a bit of a Japanese feel, you know, like the Japanese screens.
Yes, I think it's that red and black, isn't it? And the screens, it's lovely, isn't it?
So you could quite easily go to a workshop and learn how to do, say, that as a project and pay, what, £20, £30.
Yes, definitely.
The fact that you are getting 71 projects in here is just phenomenal, phenomenal. Okay, what else have we got?
We've got our fantastic Carolyn Lakin, who does the most amazing stuff. She's got some absolutely gorgeous work in here. We've got details on our Dirty Weekends. We have actually got dates now, which I think you're advertising on your website, so you can book
Leonie's
through
been on Dirty Weekend.
She has.
How long with that? No?
Gosh, that was a couple of years ago now, and she's booked to come with us to do some more actually next year. So yes,
Dirty Weekends are very popular. I hear a lot of good things about your Dirty Weekends.
Thank you. Yeah, I do get a lot of thank yous.
A lot of fun,
it's lovely.
Just wanted to say, One Day Special time. It's going to be, and I apologise if you watched the launch of yesterday's One Day Special. This is very similar in the sense that it's just absolutely flying. We are a quarter of the stock. And we really did have a lot of stock. That's in 15 minutes. And I'm genuinely so pleased for IndigoBlu and Kay in particular, because it means so much to her and she works so hard in bringing you these box kits. But I think so many viewers can appreciate value for money. This is place to be. We will continue flicking through the magazine in a moment. Got a lot more to share with you. All I will say, and I'm just going to leave you with this if you've just tuned in, for 1996, let's just go through. I'm going to be super quick here, but think about this. For 1996, now you are, even at full price, $24.96, this is an absolute steal. How much would you pay for a magazine, a quality magazine filled with 71 beautiful inspirations from Kay and her design team? I mean, that alone is worth its weight in gold. But then you're getting a full A4 stamp set. We've seen 20 stamps in there. But this is where life gets really interesting. You're also going to get the set of 3 collector's editions, and I know so many of you are building up that collection. So these are really, really coveted. So you're going to get those. You're also going to get this stencil, which you're seeing down there. And if that's not enough, you're getting beautiful A5, well, we're saying rice papers, but they're more like a handmade paper. They've got that feel to them. I'm not saying they're handmade, but they've got that feel to them. You've got the papers we saw in the magazine, 32 sheets, double-sided, absolutely gorgeous, and we saw that when flicking through. They are stunning. Then we have the dies down here as well. So set of 3 dies, A4 stamp set, A5 papers, A4 papers, 32 of those. You're getting the collector's edition stamps, you're getting the stencil. We are well over a quarter of the stock, but the real heart of it is the actual magazine. This is the foundation that builds a whole box set, and it means that you're going to learn how to make stunning inspirations. Just going through 71 of the most gorgeous inspirations there. I'm just going to share a few of these with you because you need to see it, and I know we were meant to move on, so I want to apologise to the team because cameras were moved and I'm being awkward, so I'm sorry. But you can see that. What about, well, I tell you, I will ask for forgiveness in the form of this. Come on, look at that. Are you kidding, Kay? That is amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Or what about something like this? Or how about something like this? I'm going to open this one up. Look.
Oh, wow.
So you're going to learn how to do an inspiration
like
like
that.
But you know
that's Kerry's. That's gorgeous, isn't it? That's in the magazine.
What I absolutely love, and I will stop there because throughout the hour I'm going to show you more. 71 inspirations. I've just shown you a handful. But do you know what I love about this? Because there's nothing more frustrating than you see a demonstration, but then you're like, okay, now I need to find the stamps, and have I got the papers here, the dies, the stencil. Everything you need to make the inspirations inside here, the 71 inspirations, is given to you in the box kit. And I've got to tell you, we're approaching 30% of the stock. It's a busy one. 788447, your item number. Now, okay. We've got some sprays for you. And I love working with Charlotte, my producer. She's so good, but she's in my ear, she was like, before you say anything, 40% of the stock's gone. 40% of the stock has gone. This is incredible, and this is a brand new release from Kay and IndigoBlu. We need to talk about these sprays because they are breathtakingly good. I mean, breathtakingly good. What I will say to you, I'm going to pick one up. I'll give it a bit of a shake because we already have, there's so much mica in here. Now, do you mind if we talk about the backstory to this, Kay?
Yeah,
I didn't ask you
absolutely.
before the show, is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
And the only reason I'm bringing this up, let me just give this a stir, is because Kay's wanted to bring something like this to you for a very, very long time. And you went to a number of manufacturers and you were telling me you just weren't able to get what you wanted.
That's right, yes.
So in the end, you thought, okay, we're going to make it in-house.
Yes.
So that's what you've done.
Yeah.
Tell us about the Vivid sprays, because they are phenomenal. They're just incredible.
They are, and we've had help from a manufacturer who's taught me how to do it, which I'm so grateful for. I really am. But first of all, we wanted to do this for such a long time, as you said. So we actually do it in-house. We actually bring the raw materials in. We actually mix them ourselves. We've put about 4 times as much pigment in that you would normally get.
That was one thing you were telling me. So the samples you were getting back from manufacturers, they just weren't strong enough for you.
No, they weren't. They weren't. And I wanted really, really vivid colours, hence the name. Mike Deakin came up with the name, said, well, if they're so vivid, that's what you need to call them. And they are really rich in colour. We've got mica in them as well, so that they have so much mica. I mean, on the telly, you can't really see. They look dark. Well, that is the mica, and when the light hits them, they just sing. They are beautiful.
Can we just take a moment to appreciate the names as well? Sweet as Summer Peaches. So this is, now you can get the sets as sets of 5. I will go through all this, but everyone's going for the main collection. A Slice of Jam and Bread, Whiskers on Kittens. Come on. I love that. And then down here we have the English Pastures Green and a Drop of Golden Sun.
So I've got to tell you a little story about this, because this is for my grandma, who died a very long time ago. But we used to go to her house on a Sunday, and after Sunday lunch we would sit down to one of her videos, and she had a really good collection of musicals, and we would sit and watch The Sound of Music. I don't know how many times. So these are inspiration from that. So these are a few of my favourite things.
Well, a few of your favourite things. Yeah. Okay. That's nicely done. So Raindrops on Roses, Perfectly Precious Purple, Fresh Morning Mist, a catch of Moonbeam, your Blue Satin Sashes. Okay, these are extremely busy. Can I actually...
Can I interrupt for a second? There's also, if you notice on the label, there is a QR code as well. So if you've got a smartphone, you can actually download an app called QR codes, and you can point your camera at that QR code and it will automatically take you through to the IndigoBlu site where all the gallery is of all the images. Now, they're not all up at the moment because they're all here and we've only just got them back from the publishers. But over the next week or so, we will put all of those inspirations on there so that you can always look at those inspirations, and obviously the design team have made lots and lots more samples for you, so all those will be going onto the website so you can see those as well.
Just showing some inspirations with this. Actually, no, I've got to stop. Okay, we've just started seeing them. If I was to tell you, because I know we were saying going to at 40%, if I was to say we're now at 60% of the stock, in 23 minutes, that's bonkers,
Of the whole set?
Of the whole set.
Wow.
It's good, right?
Thank you so much.
We're not actually at 60. I'm sorry, I teased. I'm sorry, we're not at 60. We're at 80% of the stock. 80% of the stock.
Oh my goodness.
Are you kidding me? Do you know one thing I need to point out? We're going to look at these sprays. The quality, so the fact there is 4 times more pigment in these, and that's why Kay's made them in-house. So IndigoBlu actually make these sprays. We were chatting, and I know one of your design team was saying the bottles alone, to buy one of these bottles, you'd be looking at it's around about the £10 anywhere, so £8 to £10?
Well, yes, apparently, because when we were showing them on Facebook yesterday, telling them about today's show, this lady messaged in and said, oh, I've bought one of those bottles off Amazon and it cost me £10.
Yeah.
And I can believe it, because their bottles are very, very
because
expensive.
They're like a perfume bottle.
They are, and we haven't even spoken about the bottles. The bottles are really important because the spray is very important for having an ink spray because they get clogged up, don't they? Now, you have to have a very small particle of mica in there so it doesn't actually clog up, and also the ink needs to stay in solution. But not only that, it's the tube as well, because we don't always shake them up as we should. And so what happens is when you start spraying, all you're doing is sucking the mica up the tube and it blocks it. Okay. What if we don't have a tube? So what if we have just a vacuum?
So wait, these don't have tubes? These are vacuumless?
So they don't have a tube in. These are vacuum. They're airless vacuums. So they actually just, the pressure of you pumping them pushes the bottom up through.
So that means you're going to get every last drop.
I've got one here. I've got one here. So you can see the bottom has been pushed up, and it keeps it going up until it's empty.
If you just turn it for the overhead camera, okay, just so we can see, if you just turn it that way, that bit back to you, there you go.
There we are.
So you can see how it's coming up. It's like a platform rising up.
It is. That's right.
Yeah. We just need to give an update. I'm so sorry, Kay. Sorry. They've sold out.
What?
Yeah, they've technically sold out.
Oh my goodness.
Sold out. Wow.
Oh, thank you so much.
If they are in your basket, please press checkout, because there are going to be a lot of people right now who are watching and going to be very disappointed. So while I know we're talking to Kay right now to see if we can get hold of some more stock, and we have been given the go-ahead. We have got some more stock, sorry. So we have got some more. It's on extended delivery. It's going to be dispatched in a week. Thank you, Kay. So
I've just got to get mixing.
To make it. You are
just
making
mix
these.
It, yeah.
So back on extended delivery, you will have to wait a week. Details are on your screen right now, and there are 2 flexi payments of $37.45. The salient points with these, very quickly, and we will be seeing the sprays in action, Vivid sprays. 4 times more pigment in there. You've got a cosmetic grade mica also within your sprays. The bottles alone, they're non-clog in the sense there is no nozzle going down to get clogged, so they're vacuumless, so the platform lifts up. And once you see them in action, you'll realize how good they are. They are made in-house by IndigoBlu because it was the only way Kay could achieve the results that she wanted. And I know so many of us place a huge amount of faith in Kay. We've followed your career, so if you're saying something, if you're happy with them, we know we're going to be happy with them. Yeah. They're very good. You will not be disappointed. They were absolutely 100% worth that week's wait. Can we just say one more thing before we go back to Kay? And it's, I'd love to just draw your attention to a previous box kit. This is another great buy, really good buy. And I watched your show with this, and I was immensely busy. I also know a lot of viewers missed out on this. So if you are one of those viewers who last time you tuned in, because it was just one of those shows, and I think our system was really struggling to keep up with how busy we were. So if you want to get hold of this kit, come on, $12.99. You're getting the actual magazine, and it is a beautiful magazine with 70 inspirations. I'm just going to show you. So there's the magazine, 70 inspirations there. Look at that as a stamp set. I mean, if I was to just forget everything else, let me just move this to one side. If I was to just show you this stamp set and say $12.99 for this stamp set, I mean, I could sit at home. It would be immensely busy, right? You're not just getting this stamp set, but this is a absolutely stunning stamp set. So you are getting the magazine in there as well, and you are getting the stencil, which we can see here. So we just have a look at the stencil. There we go. So you're getting the stencil in the mix. I mean, how good is that stencil? I want to put that stencil on a jelly plate. So you're getting the stencil. And if that's not enough, you're also going to be getting a die set as well. So just to recap, $12.99, you're getting the dies, you're getting the stencil, you are getting the full A4 stamp set, and you're getting the magazine for $12.99. Done, done. Get in my basket. 774419, your item number. That is such a good deal. Let's jump onto the website as we head back to Kay. I know there's a lot on there. We're going to be playing with everything. The Vivids are just so busy. So a lot of you are going for those Vivids. Now you can get this is quite interesting. Look at those collector's edition stamps. You can get the set of 3. They're $11.97 just for those. thinking how much extra you were getting in the actual box kits. It's such good value for money. But those collector's edition stamps are really, really coveted. The Vivids are brand new to the craft store. Kay and Indigo Blue has never brought them before, and they are absolutely flying. So many of you are going for those. And it's because I know that there are a lot of Indigo Blue fans out there, and you know the quality you get with Indigo Blue. If you've ever worked with the Luscious done, you know that you're getting something that really is special. Okay, so go onto our website, do have a little look. I know it's a busy, and I'm sorry, launch show. I'm in the industry. This is called filling because we needed to speak to Kay and we needed to just take a few minutes to regroup. That's how busy we are. But we have done that. So now I'm going to hand back to Kay and we're going to have continue through the magazine, are we?
I'll just show you a couple of samples. So we've got these beautiful samples here by Sue Jacob, and they just look so gorgeous. They really do. So I'll put one there. Oh,
if you just
sorry, overhead. I beg your pardon. Sorry. There we go. And I just want to show you how beautiful that is, how simple yet stunning.
And it's nice just flower.
It's just gorgeous, isn't it? And of course it's a poppy, but it can be any colour you like. Nice. And so the step-by-steps are in there for you. And then there's more, but we'll go through that later.
Do you know what I like is the continuity you get within the box kits too. So you get that large dramatic poppy in stamp form, but then you also get it reflected in the papers. We've got the dies in there as well, the stencil, everything sort of harmonizes together and creates something really special. Right, what have you got planned for us?
Okay, so I was going to do one demo, and just at the last second I've changed my mind. Because if these sprays are going to go, I better just demo them straight away. So I'm taking that lovely big poppy stamp here. Let me just move those out of the way.
It's a beautiful stamp. Just for that one
lovely,
stamp,
isn't it?
If you were to sell that alone, imagine how much you'd pay for a stamp of that size and detail.
I know, it's really lovely. I'm really pleased with it. It's so long ago since I designed it, and then when it came through, I was like, oh, this is really nice. And there's lots to it as well. So I'm actually using Versamark Fine. Sorry, not Versamark, Versafine. Yeah. I'm using the black, and I'm using my stamping platform because it's such a big stamp. Yeah. And let me just check that I've got everything on there. I've just missed out a little bit up there. I think
it's nice to see it stamped out because it's like a collage. The amount of detail that you've crammed into one stamp. Look at that.
Yeah, that's lovely, isn't it? I'm just going to put a little bit more in the centre there, which is the beauty of having... I know, I can't help it. Yeah. There we go, that should... Yeah, that's lovely, isn't it? Yeah. That's really nice. And you'll always find hidden words as well in my collages. I always put a scrap of paper in there just so it picks up all the excess ink.
Yeah, the residue, yeah.
And with this, I'm going over with our super fine clear embossing powder, just to give that a lovely gloss.
Remember the days when I used to help you, Kay?
I know.
Pour those back in, they seem like a distant memory.
I know. We will again, definitely. You don't have to go off because this will only take a few seconds because I've got my heat gun on steroids. Yeah. But I love watching this anyway. This is what really caught me the first time about stamping. And it does for a lot of people, just seeing that embossing, and it just never tires of it at all. Yeah. Look at that, isn't that gorgeous?
Oh, that's lovely.
It's superb.
That is such a beautiful stamp, and it is just such a small part of everything that you're getting in this set. It's just ridiculous. There's one stamp. Got to tell you, a third of the stock has gone. Well, that's actually quite fitting because it's 33 minutes into the show. There's a spooky eeriness to that. 33 minutes into the show and we've lost a third of the stock.
I love things like that. I love that.
That's the universe telling you you brought us something truly beautiful. I love that. But we are very, very busy for this.
Okay, so you still need to shake these because you've still got mica in them. Even though you can see the colour, that's just the ink. You do need to still shake them. And
what kind of ink have we got in there? They're water-based?
They are a water-based ink, yes. So you can actually reconstitute them, which is lovely. So you can mix them as well and paint with them and do all sorts.
One thing we need to mention, Kay, to everybody is when eventually, I mean, these are going to last you a while, but when they do finally run out, please keep your bottles. As we were saying, that you could go onto well-known sort of online platforms and pay sort of £10 for just one of these bottles. Keep your bottles, because in the future, you haven't worked out how you're going to do it yet, but in the future you're going to figure out a system where people can refill their bottles maybe with you?
Yes, we are. We're just trying to work it out, but we don't, they will fully recycle, but we don't want you to do that. We want you to hang on to your bottles, and we will figure that out, whether it's a swap system or whatever. So now, you have got a really fine nozzle on here. We've made sure that you get a very fine spray. Now, even with the finest, even with water with a bit of colour in, you can actually clog up your spray head because it's so fine, just with the amount of ink that you've got, even if we didn't have mica in. So the easiest way to remember to do it is to shake, spray and splodge.
I'll just put it in some water.
So that, I've just literally, let me put that over there. I've literally just dabbed that straight into a tub of water. And I actually don't dry it. I just put the lid back on, and it's an airtight lid as well, because it's got a nice,
you can hear
good,
Now, I have got a question regarding the sprays. Could we use these on fabric?
Oh, yes, and I've got some fabric to do later. Yes.
Lovely.
So you can't wash them because we haven't made it into a, because these are water-based, basically.
But look how vivid, you know, when you talk about vivid.
Look at that vivid colour.
A picture speaks 1,000 words.
It does, doesn't it?
So vivid.
And wait until they dry and you get all that mica coming to the fore. It's just beautiful. So again, remember to dip it in water, and then it's never going to get...
Now, with regard to the sprays, we sold out. We brought them back on extended delivery. They're going to be dispatched on the 13th of July. Half the stock of the extended delivery has gone.
What?
Yeah, half the stock.
Oh, crikey.
So we are very, very busy. Already I'm seeing the mica coming through as that's drying. Now, would you advise it to just dry it naturally, don't force dry that?
I do, yes. I have force dried it, but you burn off a lot of the ink and the pigment. And I tried force drying a piece of John's paper, and it all started bubbling the ink, and I was like, oh, it's burning. It literally was burning the ink. So I thought I should have left it, really. The other thing is your sprays will come in their own little bag as well, so they're going to be well protected. So if you are going to be travelling to your friends with them, just keep your bag so that they keep nice and safe. But I suggest getting yourself a really nice little box, decorating it, and putting them in. So I'm working on that as well, to bring you a lovely MDF box that we can decorate together.
Lovely.
So I've done one of these in black with reds on it. So I've basically been using Raindrops on Roses, the peachy one, which is Sweeter Summer Peaches. Someone suggested, I'm not going to mention who, that we call it Peachy Bottom.
Peachy Bottom.
We decided that might be a little bit rude, so we decided to call it Sweeter Summer Peaches. And I've also put a little bit of Catch a Moonbeam on there as well. I kind of like Peachy Bottom. That would have been a good name. Cheeky, but not too cheeky. Yeah, that's right. And then I'm going to use blue satin sashes, of course, because it's my favourite colour. And you can see that I'm not got my apron on, and you can see the white paper around it, that it's not spraying everywhere. It's really very directional. Of course, you can come further away and it's going to do more of a fine mist, but I just want it fairly directional. Again, give it a dip. I'm looking at it from an angle, and the intensity of the colour from my angle where I'm looking at it now, it's incredible. And it's something, when you get it home, it's just the nature of TV, it's very hard to show you all the different angles. It is, especially all that shimmer and shine. So I've got the Drop of Golden Sun. So normally you would put silver with blue, but just look at this. It just gives you the most beautiful colours coming through. Remember, dip it. See, I keep forgetting, but it's always best to give them a dip. And I think I'm going to put a little bit of the England's Pastures Green.
Oh, they're nice.
Yeah. So they're absolutely gorgeous, aren't they? Just beautiful. And I have actually got some already dry to show you that I did at home. So I meant to say I'll probably need an extra table to put everything on that's drying. Also what I want to do is show you some of these gorgeous borders. So
is that
let's bring this
with
in.
The sprays? Just there?
This, yes.
I mean, look at that.
There we go.
It just absolutely comes to life.
Oh, there you are. There you are. It's just stunning, isn't it?
These sprays are just seriously good.
They are seriously good. So let me just do this background as well. You can tell it's busy because the phone keeps ringing up in the gallery. I'm so grateful to you guys for supporting us, because without you out there we wouldn't be here. So thank you so very much. You know, it's been tough for a lot of companies over the last 18 months, and we really do appreciate what you've done for us.
Well,
I think
but you give a lot back as well. I know you work very hard to ensure that everything you bring is sort of first rate and at a good price too.
Thank you. Right, so some of these borders are just gorgeous, and I'm just going to lay them across there. I mean, it goes off the edge, but that's okay. That doesn't matter. In fact, let's move these up a little bit when I've got a bit more room. So that one will go round about here. This is gorgeous, isn't it? This lovely curly one is beautiful. So let's put that round about there. And then we've got this really cool one here. And oh yes, and then we've got this at the bottom. I love this one. This is giving you that sort of torn edge look. Let me just, those magnets are strong.
Different edge stamps.
4 different borders.
Oh, borders, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, let me just turn that over. It helps if it's the right way around. There we go. Okay. See, I've put them all upside down. That's not going to work very well, is it? Okay, let's try that one. Right, so let's just stick all those down. And because they've come off the same sheet, they'll be the same depth, so you don't have to worry.
Yeah.
Okay, look at those, aren't those gorgeous?
You do design very good stamps, Kay.
Oh, thank you. I'm very lucky because I love what I do, so it is marvellous to be in the craft industry. It really is, you know. Yeah. So I've missed a bit there, I think because I've got a really thick magnet here. I always seem to have trouble with some of the edges. So let's take that magnet off and try again. I was doing this once, I was demonstrating live, and I had it the wrong way round. I had it for rubber, which is really funny. See, they're all stuck together now. Okay, I'll clean that up afterwards. And then I'm going to emboss this again. So the reason why I'm embossing it is we've got a very water-based ink here, and because it's full of pigment,
this is a Vivids,
and that's right, and because it's full of pigment and it's full of mica, it's going to cover up all the black lines.
So you're creating a resist effectively. That's
right, exactly. So that's why I want to actually make sure. Now on mine it is very powerful, yes. It's actually not really for domestic, well, it is for domestic use, but it's a little bit, it's like using a sledgehammer to crack a nut, really.
Quick for demos, huh?
It is. So again, you just can't resist these sprays. You're going to just love these. So I just want the border, because this is just a backing. Okay, so shake, spray and splodge, remember. This is, I keep going for this Raindrops on Roses. It's just the most beautiful, beautiful red. And let's have some of that lovely peachy, apricot-y colour, which is the Sweetest Summer Peaches. And again, let's go. So the papers I'm using are not terribly absorbent because they're super smooth. But they will take the inks really well, and these are the Pink Frog papers. So you can see I've just done the border and I'm just going to leave that. Okay. And there isn't much play off the edges, but what I've found is if you use clear copy of paper, clean copy of paper I should say, you can actually use the backgrounds as well. Yeah. Because those have been really lovely. So just put that over there. And I'm just going to bring in what they look like when they've been done. Okay. So you can spray it and you can then stamp over the top if you wish to. So this is the one that I've just done, and this is, there we go.
No, I mean, come on, when the mica comes through, it's like you've got a battery in there.
It's blinding, isn't it?
That is ridiculous. And you've been
really is.
Very generous with the pigments and the mica in the Vivids.
But it's worth it, isn't it? Isn't it worth it just to get something so fantastic? What's the point in doing something if you're not going to do it well? Yeah. So,
you can tell that these were close to your heart. You've been wanting to produce these for a long time. You've had the idea.
I have, yes, and it's been a long time in the making, you know. And as I said, we went to see quite a few people, and they do great products, but it just wasn't what I wanted personally. So what I've done here is I've actually taken the red one and I've cut out the poppy from it, and I've taken the blue one and I've cut out the blue poppy. Okay, it don't look too closely because it's not that neat, but I don't care. That's fine. So you've actually got basically 2 cards out of this, but I'm just going to demonstrate one of them. So I'm going to take that red poppy. In fact, I've ended up with 2 here. Ooh, which one should I go for? They're just gorgeous. Let's go for this one. Take out that blue poppy, and then get our grab and go. So this has been a huge hit as well. People are really liking this. I haven't done a show with you
with the grab and go, so tell me a little bit about it.
No, you haven't, have you? So again, I was teaching a class, and it was really a bit embarrassing because we were doing this lovely cabinet and we were putting it all together. You know, I'd had it specially made. Yeah, it was just fantastic. But the glue that I provided them with was rubbish. And I had about 4 different makes on the table, and either it was too gloopy and it was hard to squeeze out because the bottle was too rigid, and it was too fluid, so we had to sort of tape them together until it grabbed. So it was just really embarrassing because everyone was struggling, and so I thought, right, that's it, I need to get some decent glue. So we went to our manufacturer and said, could you do this? It's got to be in a soft bottle, which we use these bottles for flitter glue. It's got to grab really, really quickly. So as you saw there, you just need to hold it for about 3 or 4 seconds. So it's really easy, especially for people who are making flowers. That's brilliant. If you do put a really large blob on, obviously it's going to take longer. If you're holding down, you know, big awkward things, that's going to take a while. Okay. So
it's very good. It's popular. We've got details. You're getting 2 bottles of your grab and go, grab and glue. Let me try it again. Grab and go glue. $9.99 is your price.
I did that on purpose, didn't I? I called it that on purpose, just to trip you up.
Just to trip us up. It worked. 444086 your item number.
So what I've also done is I've actually cut out some of the circles. In fact, where did I put those other 2 circles? Excuse me while I just lean over here. Okay. Cut out some extra little circles for this, and I did have some words, but I don't know where I've put those because, as I say, I changed my mind at the very last second. So I'm just going to put these on to foam pads and just highlight them by putting them on top of these, just to give it a little bit of extra interest. So, and the foam pads are quite thin, so You know, it's not giving a huge amount of height. It's still going to go into a normal sized letter. I think the large letters now, aren't they, this size? Oh no, maybe not. Okay, so that one needs a little bit of a trim. And I would just get some words, which I thought I'd stamped, but probably haven't. I'll put them on later on. There we go. We'll just have that one there. And we just need one more. But it's such great fun using the sprays. And don't think that you're going to make a mess, because I'm one of the messiest crafters going. And my shirt's still clean. She says, with the fingers crossed and everything crossed. Yeah. Okay, so there we go. So let me give that a wiggle. There we go. So you can see it properly there.
Oh no!
There we are. I'll turn it round. That's it. So you can't see the colour until you actually tip it up with the camera, but look how that it's like, it does look like it's lit up, doesn't it? That gold and reds and oranges all layered up together.
And the stamp that you used as part of it's one of the stamps found in the box kit, is so well designed. It's
lovely, isn't it? And there's as I say, there's hidden words of hope and thankful and kindness and the words that we needed this year. You know.
I love it, and that's just the tip of the iceberg of what you can be creating with the box kit. Put together the Vivids as well, which are immensely busy. So they sold out, they're back on extended delivery, and we will get to those. But let's focus on the One Day Special. So the One Day Special, the box kit, the amount that you are getting for 1996 is staggering. It really is. So the real heart of this release is the magazine, and within that magazine you've got 71 inspirations from Kay and her design team. I mean, we're just seeing the front cover. Actually, I've got that one here. If I just show you, that is just one.
That's lovely, isn't it? That's beautiful.
Showing you, but here's the real key to this is you have the stamps, you have the papers, and obviously you've got the education on how to create these, because nothing more frustrating than you see a beautiful, say if we showed you this, but if you didn't have the stamp or you didn't have the stencils and you were stuck. No, we got everything. So that's just one of the 71 designs that you are getting. But let's think about this. So the magazine, and we had a flick through at the start of the show, is so good. As a reader, crafter, you will enjoy and you'll go through that magazine and read it again and again and obviously learn the technique. So the magazine is great, 71 inspirations. Have a look at this stamp set. So Kay was just using one of the stamps. Now you're getting 20 in total here, an A4 stamp set. Have a look at, that's the stamp we were just using, but there's sentiments, there's words in there, I love the little box frames coming in, but the doodle detail. So thank you for your kindness. And that kind of sums up Kay, because she's a very positive person and I think very appreciative. That's the word I'm looking for. But then you've got your boxes with words hidden in there. So that as a stamp set is phenomenal. Then we're not stopping there with the stamps. Over here, you've got the collector's edition stamps. So these are stamps that are highly coveted. A lot of IndigoBlu fans are building up their collector's edition. You're getting all three sets. These are foam mounted, red rubber, and I have to say that IndigoBlu, they really do offer you such gorgeous rubber. You can see it there and you will feel it. The quality of the rubber, I mean, that's saying something, that you can actually see the quality of the rubber on your TV screen. So that's one of the designs. And I'll show you, this one's a really good one. This is another of the designs here. So it's a little bit, this book belongs to, I mean, that's so good.
It's lovely, isn't it?
And who designed this, you're saying?
Mike Deakin. Check him out, MikeDeakinArt.com. I think .com.
Yeah.
But he's on YouTube. He has hundreds of beautiful journal. He does loads of education. He's a great guy.
And then I'll just show you the final one in there. So you are getting the collector's edition red rubber stamps in there as well. Phenomenal. But we are not stopping there. You're also going to get this stencil in the mix as well. So everything designed, you see how the stamps, the stencils are all designed to work together, to harmonize together with all your projects that you've found within the actual magazine. And if that's not enough, we got papers. Now, I've got two lots of papers in here. You're going to get, I've actually got them here. You've got your A5 papers. look at that. They're kind of described as a rice paper, but I think Kay said it best. It feels more like a handmade paper, and you'll get what I mean when you receive this at home. But beautiful designs there. And then you're going to get, within your magazine, you're going to be getting the A4 papers in there as well. 32 pages. If I just grab these and show you. So 32...
I might have stolen a little bit out of that pack.
That's okay. Just saying it here. So 32 pages. You've got toppers in there as well, and all of those. I've got to speed up. So there we go. You're going to get your papers in there. And if that's not enough, you're also going to get a set of dies too. So you're going to get the 3 dies. So we've got the dies. You've got the stamps, the A4 stamp, the collector's edition stamps, you've got the stencils, you've got the papers, and you're getting the magazine, all for $19.96. It's ridiculously good value for money. And I've got to tell you that 40% of the stock has gone that's meant to last 24 hours in 1 hour. 40%. Really busy. 788447, your item number there. Now we're going to get to the sprays really quickly with these sprays. They sold out. They are back on extended delivery. What? 2/3 of the stock of the sprays have gone, and that's on the extended delivery. Dispatched on the 13th. What I will say to you is that Kay spent a long time developing these, couldn't find a manufacturer that could produce a product that she was happy with, so they've actually made these in-house. You've got a cosmetic grade mica inside there. There's 4 times the pigment. These bottles alone, one of Kay's design team was saying you could buy it. They bought a bottle, exact same bottle, but just empty, and it cost, I saw, £8 to £10. I think it was about £10 in there. So, and also the mica, the amount of mica in here too is incredible. The Vivids are phenomenal. You have got the 2 flexi payments as well. Your item number there is 356503. And breathe. It's been busy. It has. Have you enjoyed it?
I've loved it. I'm so grateful to everyone. Thank you so much for believing in us. And I hope you'll love them. You'll absolutely love them.
The whole point of, I think, IndigoBlu and Kay, she loves to share, and this is what the magazine, the box kits do, because within that magazine you've got so many inspirations, and so when you get this home, there's going to be a lot to do, but they're very well thought through. You've got the recipes on how to make each of the inspirations and the descriptions and step-by-step and pictures. Kay, I've really enjoyed it. Shall we do it again at 8?
Absolutely, okay. That'd be lovely. Thank you.
So Kay will be returning at 8 o'clock. Thank you so much for joining us for the launch, and I'm so pleased that it has been a busy launch. This is what the craft store is all about, bringing you phenomenal one-day specials and so much more. So thank you for your company. Kay will be back at 8. We've got plenty more though.